Hi guys, I have a few things I want to talk about. It is October 14th. Our war has been going on in Armenia and Azov since September 27th. And the world is still eerily silent. I mean, it is appalling and astonishing how little the world media is talking, how little world leaders are talking, and how little they are doing. I mean, it is mind-boggling to me. Especially considering that it has been confirmed from the French president, it has been confirmed from Russia, it has been confirmed from independent intelligence out of the US, because let's be real, the US closely monitors these terrorists. It has been confirmed that there are terrorists at the front line fighting for Azerbaijan. Simple as that. Now, for those of you who are like, never heard of Azerbaijan, can't even pronounce it, cool, I get it. Guess what you can pronounce? Terrorists. And as Americans, that should be a really big trigger word. So why is it that when a terrorist attack happens anywhere, the entire world, I mean globally, hashtags start trending? Pray for Paris, pray for London, pray for Boston, after 9/11. Why do we wait for the tragedy to happen to send our prayers afterwards and to take action afterwards? Oh, what are we going to do in the future to stop this from happening again? Guess what? It is the future. It's happening again. And we're doing nothing once again. The whole world is being complicit because of money. Money. Azerbaijan has a significant oil supply and they've got deep, deep, deep pockets, thanks to the US and thanks to their brother country, Turkey. And so they are literally buying the information that you are getting here in the US. Not only are they controlling the propaganda that is spewed out to their people in their homeland, but it's happening here. So I want to ask you, what's your stance on terrorism? Do you support terrorism? I think the answer is pretty simple. No. So then why is our media here complicitly and willfully telling the side of the oppressor and selling us terrorist propaganda? Why? I can't wrap my mind around it. And for anyone who's going to come out and say, well, the US can't police the whole world. Well, if the US doesn't want to have to police the whole world, maybe they should stop selling arms to evil dictators who have been proven to work with terrorists, to work with the jihadists. Guess what jihadists were responsible for? 9/11, the Boston bombing, Paris, the London Underground, and I can name countless more. A lot of which the Western world won't care too much about because it's places like Libya and Syria and Pakistan. And that's sad on a whole nother level. But, okay, if we're going to approach it from that perspective and think, okay, well, these are already war-ridden areas, they're used to bombings, they're used to this, they're used to that. Artsakh is not one of those places. It's holy land, literal holy land. And the people there are used to a peaceful, beautiful life. This is a civilized town, city, region, republic with gorgeous, historic monasteries and churches, which, by the way, have been leveled to the ground. And Azerbaijan continues to bomb civilian populations. They continue to bomb hospitals. They continue to bomb historical sites. They are literally doing everything they can to erase the Armenian people in that area from existing, and they're erasing any history that we hold in that area by bombing historical sites. And for the response that, well, Armenia is also bombing civilian areas in Azerbaijan, yeah, we are. You want to know why? Because the Azeri military has their rocket launchers, their missile thingy, whatever. I'm not well versed in all things arms of the military. They place those things in civilian buildings in heavily populated areas. They hide behind their people. They hide behind their citizens and fight the war from behind their citizens, so that when we fire back to protect ourselves in self-defense, they can say, oh, Armenians are bombing civilians. Maybe your military shouldn't be hiding out in heavily populated areas. You are literally using your citizens as your shield. All we are trying to do is stay alive and stay in our indigenous land and live peacefully. And for anyone who still thinks or believes the narrative that Armenia or Artsakh was the aggressor, there are 160,000 people in Artsakh. Keep that number in mind, 160,000 people. Even if you factor in that Armenia itself, right there, neighboring, right there, has 3 million people, why on earth would a small republic of 160,000 start a war against Azerbaijan, which has a population of 10 million? We're not even factoring in that Turkey's going to get involved. Forget that extra 80 million people. Just against 10 million. Why would 150,000 people, 60,000 people, whatever that number is, start a war against 10 million people? Why? Like, you literally have to be suicidal and want to just be wiped off the planet to start that war. It makes zero sense. And for anyone who thinks that that is remotely true, you are being willfully ignorant and turning a blind eye to what is actually happening. It is appalling. It is disgusting. Are you going to wait till there's no more Armenia and till there's absolutely no Artsakh left so you can do the trendy thing and put hashtag pray for Armenia? At that point, it'll be too late. Yes, pray for us. But please, please, please speak up. This goes for everyone. We need our fellow Americans to speak up. We can't fight this fight on our own. We are at war with Azerbaijan. We are at war with Turkey. We are at war with ISIS. We are in a cyber war with millions and millions and millions of Azeri bots. And we are at war on our own home front with the media. I have no words. What's interesting, and I'll give you some facts here. This is not going to be what I think or whatever. The American embassy, as well as Great Britain's embassy in Azerbaijan, has issued a travel warning to Baku, which is the capital of Azerbaijan, because of terrorism. So you're acknowledging there's terrorists there. You're acknowledging that there is a terrorist threat, and you're telling your people not to travel there, and yet you're still supplying arms to that country. I need an answer. I'll wait. No one is covering that. No one. On the same day that 166,000 Armenians marched here in Los Angeles peacefully with practically zero police presence, there were zero arrests, not a single building was vandalized, there was no looting, there was nothing. The only coverage that we got was a snippet on CBS, and over our video, over footage from the march, they played a recording from someone from the Azeri consulate, where more lies were told, that we are the aggressor, that we violated the ceasefire, whether it was in April of 2016, whether it was in July of this year, whether it was on September 27th or October 10th. We're the ones who violated the ceasefire, right? Azerbaijan, again, not factoring in Turkey, has 3 times the military power that Armenia has. Why on earth would we break a ceasefire? Why on earth would we invade a country or start a war with a country that has 3 times the military power and God knows how many times the population? It makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. Use just a fraction of your brain. And I really don't mean to insult anyone at this point, but anyone who still hasn't spoken out, and every Armenian on the planet knows what's happening. Not Armenians. This goes for everyone who is not Armenian. And even if you're not of Armenian heritage and you don't have brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, dads, whatever, fighting in this war, the war on terror is a global war. We're all one family when it comes to that. So you have a stake in this. Speak up. Do something. Sign the petitions. Donate money. Help us out. Help us out before we're wiped off this planet. And going back to some of the videos I've said where I spoke on all the things that Armenians have contributed to this world, our existence is reason enough for you to back us up. We don't have to contribute to this world, though we have manyfold, for us to have a right to live peacefully. I'm begging you, speak up. Speak up before it's too late. Your entire newsfeed, especially from non-Armenians, should be blasted with this information. That's all I have to say for right now.